G'day YouTube, welcome to Greer's Great Aussie Adventures. I'm Ray, the blind traveller.
I'm Emily, the wife of the blind traveller.
I'm Isabel, the daughter of the blind traveller.
We've been travelling Australia since 2018 now. We've recently decided to share our travels with you guys. So sit back, relax, grab a pen and paper and plan that next holiday. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So as we said in the last video, when we were still here, we wanted to do a video to basically say what we've used, what brands we've used, why we've used it and why we've done what we've done.
Yeah.
And basically just say how the whole lot's gone. This is our second attempt at this. We just literally filmed this video and Em realised the stereo was playing in the car. Obviously YouTube, copyright, all that, so we had to just throw that one away. Do it again.
We started again. Yeah, I started tapping my foot and realised
there's music on.
Crap.
So
anyway,
we'll basically start it with why we did this.
Yeah.
So we're massive outdoors people. Obviously you have to be on the road. And this isn't a lap, this is life. We're on the road indefinitely, which means we also need to have holidays where we might take a few months, 12 months, and we'll just leave the van and go off touring in the car.
Yeah, on our own separate adventure.
Whether that be like up the Cape, doing the deserts, Fraser Island, all those places.
Yeah, things that are easier without the van in tow.
Just a lot more comfortable.
Yeah,
because the van's just, it's not our number one preference of doing this. Like if we could leave the van forever and had something,
I think it might. Yeah.
We'll leave that. We would.
Yeah, we'd be comfortable without it.
And I'll never have a motorhome because we always want our four-wheel drive. And all those bigger Vecos, no, they're just too big to go to a lot of places we want to go. But so we decided we want to build a canopy that served everything that we wanted. Yeah. We had ample room. We didn't have to set up swags. We didn't have to set up beds. Yeah. We can set up and pack up camp in, under 2 minutes and have everything in that setup.
Still have most of those luxuries that most people that are going on a swag trip wouldn't usually have. So
like we have done this, so we've done swags. So we've done tents with blow up mattresses.
No, that doesn't.
And then we've done stretchers. Then we've done swags. Then we've done the rooftop tent. Then we went back to a swag.
Yeah.
One of our Cape trips, we literally slept on sleeping bags on the dirt because that was a better thing to do than stretchers as far as we were concerned.
Yeah. And
we had stretchers at the time and a tent, but we just chose to sleep on the ground.
And it was just it wasn't.
So we wanted something that was just flawless. Yeah. So we were in WA at the time, and and this house had come up, and we went, well, I did some phoning around, and no one really. Obviously, there's always somewhere that will build what you want. Yeah. We're not rich people. We don't have a big savings account. Yeah. We live pay by pay like everyone else.
As soon as you throw the word custom in there, it comes with a pretty big price tag.
Yeah. Not to mention most of the big name canopy mobs wouldn't even do a custom canopy to the size for the Jeep.
No, they've all got their standard
want dual cab stuff.
Yeah, their standard floor plan layouts, and you couldn't really tweak them too much. No. So we were pretty well running out of other options.
And because we wanted something we could sleep in, as well as house everything.
Yeah. That makes
the only real way was put my brain to work and
get all mate on the job.
we designed our own. The drive over, I basically sat there in the car the whole time thinking about what we wanted to achieve out of it, and how I was going to execute that. And then it all started when we got here, and basically it's obviously, as I showed in the last video, it's not finished. There's still all the little things to go because it's not as though we didn't have the time, we didn't have the money.
Yeah, and you'd also be surprised how quickly, when we were busy working and waiting for finances to align to get onto the next stage, you'd be really surprised how fast that time actually scoots by. You
sit there and you think, oh yeah, we'll do this bit's cheap, this is cheap, we'll do them, but all those little cheap things, obviously they all add up to one big thing still. So. Yeah. But we got to where we got. We're at the end of the house sit now.
Yeah.
When you're watching this, we're literally back on the road.
Yeah, we
are. Right now. So we're gone. It's awesome. Like, I don't know if you can see it in this, but we are so
we're so excited.
But if we start at the front. So airbox. We went with the Patrol aluminium airbox. I think it was from...
it was from Demon Pro Parts.
Demon Pro. Basically went Patrol because easy to get.
Yeah.
It was the layout of the Patrol airbox fitted what I wanted to do perfectly. We can walk into any parts store and get an air filter. It's an aluminium airbox, intake outlets, all of the right size, and it just worked. It wasn't overly priced. I think it was $350.
350. I want to say 385.
No,
but
385. It was under $400. And then I used all my silicone hoses, everything.
Yeah.
The snorkel we're going to do in Townsville. It's one of the main reasons we're going up there. To do that and help a friend out with his DC stuff.
Yeah. And see my mum.
Yeah.
Hi mum, if you're watching.
See, and your grandma. Moving back to roof console. Basically, obviously we made that.
Yeah, 100% custom
it's all
job there.
Made. It's still not carpeted. We don't know what we're doing. Carpet, vinyl, we don't know yet
Because I don't know, it's a tricky one.
Yeah, because we haven't got door cards. So we've got door cards and hood lines, the only interior in it. So we've got to work out what we're doing.
Make sure it's all going to tie together.
For in the console, it's Pioneer speakers and a Pioneer media player.
Yeah.
Basically went Pioneer because it's been a good brand ever since I was bloody 18 years old. I had Pioneer in my cars.
The fact that, 20 years later, it's still around and it's still as popular as it used to be, it was pretty well a foolproof choice.
When we were doing the stereo, it was all peak, all this mask stuff, and Super Cheap did a 2-day overnight delivery. So
yeah, so a lot of the things end up for that reason.
UHF is a GME XRS 370, which we bought it like before we left WA.
Yeah, full disclaimer, we probably bought it about 8 months ago.
It just hasn't been fitted. Yeah. Went GME. Simple fact is, as far as I'm concerned, personal reference is there's one UHF and that's GME.
Yeah.
And the XRS Connect, basically, the way the unit hides out of the way, it just really fits and works in the classic car. I don't have to modify anything or have just ugly stuff screwed everywhere.
Yeah.
A couple of USB outlets in there, just charge phones, that sort of stuff. That's all generic Nava, I think it is.
Yeah, yeah.
But basically, that's inside. As for the canopy, we went with all the white paneling is all composite. It's lighter than aluminium. It's still fire retardant.
Yeah.
It was really easy to work with because obviously I can't cut all that with a grinder. You know, you can't do 3 metre cuts with a grinder and have it neat.
No.
With composite, you literally run it with a Stanley knife and break it, and all the cuts.
It also skipped the part of having to get things painted or powder coated. Like it was already there. To do
the black and white bordered theme that we wanted to do, it was going to be hard with powder coating because you would have to sort of get it all powder coated, I guess, and then try and put it together. And
then it may not have worked out.
I think the composite was the other reason we went composite is they did a 4 metre by 2 metre sheet, which means I didn't want joins up the middle of the roof and I didn't want joins up the middle of the floor. So all that's gone. And the doors.
The doors, yeah. It was
so the doors, the roof, and the floor. Because it's 3 metres, it can be 3 metres long. So standard 2.4 sheet, 2.4 1800. So the canopy's 3 metres by 2 metres. So I would have had joins everywhere.
Yeah, in the tray. Sorry, we didn't want joins in the tray part.
So basically all that, everything, all the actual bare frame of the canopy is steel. All 1.6 and 2 mil steel. Just for the rigidity and longevity that aluminium cracks, whether you like it or not, whether you're a pro or not. Aluminium does not handle years and years of beating over corrugations. Aluminium cracks. It hasn't got that fatigue when it comes to the vibrations.
Yeah.
So we're stuck with steel for the actual frame, but every single other thing in it is aluminium. All the channeling around the doors, the actual door frames, it's all aluminium. So it's just, the canopy is a lot lighter than our old one, which is the other thing we were trying to achieve.
Yeah, a little bit of weight reduction.
Before we did the boxes and the doors, we could actually still lift it on and off the car, which was considerably different.
A massive, complete 180 to
considering
what we had
the old
beforehand.
One, the Dingo couldn't really lift one end of it.
Yeah.
So
it was
big change there.
Yeah.
And all the doors and the roof, the rear door, everything's full of rear wall. It's all fully insulated with
foil board
insulation from Bunnings. It's like a Coolite with your mirror.
Your foil
each side. So it's all fully insulated. Like yesterday was about 30 degrees, I think, with the canopy locked up,
fully closed,
with the roof up. as it is now with the doors closed. It was 31 inside.
Yeah, so really not a great deal different between
just incredible.
The
and the bottom of the roof
inside.
It's not hot to touch.
No, and it really, like, we've done a bit of trial runs sitting in there while we've been doing different work and stuff, and it really isn't too bad. You don't really feel hot as such. So
in the Canopy we've got the two 60 litre companions. I touched on in the last video that we did try the 80 litre Evercool, but it just didn't work for us. The detachable lid was a nightmare. It just did not suit our expectations as well. So we've gone back to the 60, our old faithful companion. So we're on the 260s of them. Chest fridges on drop down MSA slides. Now there's this whole craze at present with upright fridges, and it's cool. Like it's all preference, guys. Like what I say people aren't going to agree with, and I don't agree with what other people say. So
comes back to that
basically what were you going to say?
Comes back to that thing I like to say, we all don't go to the restaurant and order the exact same meal. Like 50 people don't order the same meal, so we all like things a little bit different. We all have different preferences.
So basically for our circumstance, and I believe most circumstances, an upright is not practical in the sense that most of the time one of those is a full-time freezer. You can't get an upright 12 volt freezer. And the other one, well, it's a fridge today, it might be a freezer tomorrow, it'll be a fridge next week, might be a freezer the week after. So same thing, you can't get an upright fridge / freezer. They don't make them. To fit a 60 litre chest fridge, if you filled that up, I reckon you'd probably need 130 litre upright, maybe bigger, to fit the same amount of stuff. Because if you look in an upright fridge, how much airspace is between your goods and the next shelf, and look at the amount of wasted space in there. If that was on its back and you filled that up, you would fit
a considerable amount.
You can fit a lot more in a chest freezer.
Hence why you see people like us, we only have a 60 litre chest freezer, and then other people with the uprights, they've got these 100 litre
massive
uprights in their Canopy, and you know what, we have exactly the same amount of stuff. Like
other things,
internal capacity really.
Other things with an upright, you know, let's say you're throwing a couple of cartons of piss in there, you're going forward driving, it's all getting thrown around in the fridge. We've dealt with that with other people firsthand. Being thrown around in there, you got broken cans, broken bottles, what have you. You open the fridge, you might lose a lot of it on the ground, and then when you open that door, you're losing so much of your cooling capacity because cold air sinks, obviously. You open that door, it all just sinks straight at the bottom of the fridge. A chest fridge, that doesn't happen. So basically that is the reasons we stayed with our chest fridge. If you don't agree, that's fine. It's all opinions.
Each to their own.
They are a lot lighter. There's no debating that, but what's the use of it being lighter if it's not practical?
That's right.
And you have got the added expense of it, like a drop slide, and the added weight of a drop slide going this route, but there's no comparison in our book.
And you guys will slowly get to learn, we go for practical, not pretty.
I don't care what looks pretty or what the fad is.
It has to function for a purpose.
We never follow a trend, we don't follow a fad, because 90% of the time a trend is not practical. And
they're a trend for a reason. They don't stick.
And a trend is out there because a seller is trying to sell a product and trying to push a product, and then people will just start falling in line. So to power it all, we're running the Enerdrive BTEC G2 200. That's what we run on the van. We never once struggled preparing the van, and we've never once struggled in this.
But so why stray?
We're loving Enerdrive gear. We've, as everyone would know, we've fitted a lot to other vans. I've done a lot of DC systems.
Again, still no affiliation.
No affiliation.
We just genuinely like the product.
We've had nothing to do with them personally. I've rang their tech support a couple of times just for questions, and they're pretty rude. Like they've never been nice. You know, we're not dealing with them because they're awesome people and they're helping us out. No, but the product. Sheerly dealing with them because their product is incredible. So feeding that is our 40 DC, with the 360 watts of Enerdrive on the roof, which will be 540 soon. Definitely we'll pop that up there. We've got the AC DC 40 Enerdrive AC charger as well. I think it's been used once, probably never used again once we leave here, but it's there. You know, for that one day if. Just in case. We've got the Selfie Go. We're yet to see evidence of that being worth it, because we have had it for 12 months now, but we didn't know the aerial was broken.
Yeah,
so 12 months of blaming the Selfie.
We just thought it was a crappy product, but
we pulled the aerial off and the aerial was actually shattered in the top.
Yep, so here's to the next 12 months. We'll be able to let you know actually how well it works or how well it doesn't work.
Yeah,
we'll wait and see.
What other stuff have we got in there? All of our compressor is still the King's twin cylinder compressor. That is our second one. The last one we burned, melted it, which was our fault. We were blowing up a big, like one of those Zodiac blow up boats, and forgot about it and just left it on and melted it. But you know, I brought another one just because they do work well.
For the purpose they serve, you know, we don't have to use it all that often, and every time you do flick it on, it serves its purpose.
Yeah, and we've still got
without fail.
9-10 litre air tank under the driver's seat, so it's always got an air supply there.
Yeah.
What else we got in there? The
good old start battery, but that's
start battery. Well, that just shit itself.
Yeah.
So it's got a new start battery in there, which sits right beside the inner drive. So we've got a big one in there now. So hopefully that'll last a while.
Yeah, he's hoping.
So obviously cooking wise, we run the Ziggy now as well as our smoker.
No affiliation with any of that. We just
same thing. Like we've reached out to Ziggy, and there's no reply. Like that's just rude.
Yeah.
But their product's awesome. We had never used one until we had one, and we've used it so much. It's incredible.
I don't think a day goes by where it's not getting used. I feel like our poor little smoker is looking at us with evil eyes and having a bit of barbecue jealousy at the moment. So this is another controversial friggin' fad at present is induction cooktops. They have been recommended to us, and I've said in our past videos we're not impressed by them. They're not practical. It's also the theory that goes into them as well. Like
for normal little quick cooking and that sort of stuff, they're probably fine. But if you're cooking a stew or a corned beef, or you want something simmering for 4 or 5 hours, and you're pulling 100 amps, 120 amps out your battery, like
it's literally impossible unless you have 400 to 600 amp hours, and then you're going to flatten yourself completely. There's
no way we're going to carry an induction cooktop for regular cooking and then still have a gas cooktop for long, slow cooking. There's no way in hell that's going to happen.
Yeah. And look, so we've been on the road for 4 years now, and these people that complain about gas, all I can say is you obviously got. I'm not dissing any products. You've actually got something that's inferior. So we've never had trouble with the wind. You know, we've had a few camps now on the Nullarbor, WA, where it is absolutely blowy. Like you can hardly hold yourself on the ground, and we've still been able to bust the gas cooker out.
The Coleman Hyperflame Gladiator, the camp stove that we had before the Ziggy, which we may end up with another one. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll just see what happens.
We've had winds where I've had to stand there holding the stove because it's trying to blow across the table, and am still cooking just fine.
We've not had any
If you
problem.
buy the right products and do the right research, gas is not an issue.
No.
People are going induction and spending massive money on battery systems just to run their induction cooktop for 20 minutes to fry some steaks. Like I don't. It's so impractical.
I don't think the benefits
it's just not there.
Outweigh the possible implications of using it.
It's another fad, another craze.
Yeah.
That people are just following along, and if you've got one and you love it, that's awesome.
Yeah, great. That's good.
It's not for us, and I don't think it ever will be.
Yeah.
So we'll be sticking with our Ziggy. You can get trivets for the top of the Ziggy to convert them to a gas stove.
Which we definitely
will.
So
if that doesn't work out, then we'll just take that as it comes, but we'll never stray from gas.
No, it's just too easy.
Yeah, so
too easy.
All the struts on the car, door struts, roof struts, they're all from Dunham Watson at Trailer Parts Direct. Look at them. Yeah. They've been incredible to deal with. They're a little bit slow on their dispatch. But awesome to deal with. They've usually got everything. That's where we got all our rubbers from.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
All our struts,
the rubbers.
all our door latches, all that. That's all from them. So they've been really good. Our ladder at the back is actually a part of a attic ladder from Bunnings. They go on the roof of your house, pull down to get up in the attic. We just dismantled one of them and used what we needed.
Custom.
So that's all custom. The shower tent, is Kings.
You sort of saw that.
Yep, I saw that in the video. We basically haven't got one to compare to, so we'll just start out with the Kings one, see how it is. If it's flawed, then we'll go from there. But
yep. And just on that note, the swing away and everything is all
that's all custom.
It's not made by anyone. Ray thought it up.
I don't think, other than the fridge slides, there's nothing on the car like structural stuff that you can buy.
No, it's all
custom made.
Yeah. Ray's fabrications.
So the shower tent you would have saw in the video, it's working really well.
Yep.
So that's very easy to use. Rear lights, all that sort of stuff is all from Outback Equipment, I think they were.
Yes.
Outback Equipment.
Yes.
So they were Em's choice. She didn't like our old ones on it anymore because they were the round lights and just the squareness of the Jeep. The round lights just didn't fit. And
it was the fact that we didn't have the reversies.
Yeah, she didn't want the tacky secondary reverse light.
Yeah, I like it all as one piece.
Yeah.
So that is purely an aesthetic. Sorry, that is one time we went for pretty. No, I'm going to say it's practical because it's all in the
less
one
lights.
thing. It's less wiring, it's less lights, it's less holes drilled in the car, so it's practical.
The table, obviously that was all custom made. So this is the first time second time we're using it now, and it's working awesome. All our sheet metal, so the tabletop, the rear light board, and our guards, we did get made at Oakwood Sheet Metal because I can't do any of that bending and folding. They were awesome to deal with.
In
really
particular, we dealt a lot with Brody. He was fantastic.
It was really good.
Absolutely fantastic.
Everything was always ready by the time they said it would be. All quotes were held to a T perfectly.
Yep.
Which is rare nowadays. Everyone uses strays.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic.
That was sort of, really first time we really used a sheet metal shop. And it was really
is. So that was it was great to have such a good experience for the first time. So
as for water, we run 3 of the Alco 52 litre water tanks.
Slimline water
tanks. We basically went them because we already had 2. And they fit perfectly between the tray rails, like spot on.
Anyone would think we made it.
Yeah, it's perfect. One downfall to those is it's friggin' ridiculous. They drilled 2 holes in the top of them, obviously as breathers or something. But
so you've got
I put them all in before I realised there's holes there. And it's a stew. You got to sit down and try and plug these holes up they've drilled. They shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But that's what.
Anyway.
That's all fitted up.
Yep.
And then we're just running a 2.5 litre a minute pump.
Yes.
From Roadtech Marine.
Yep, we'll start off with just the generic one.
Yeah, just a
whatever the little Roadtech Marine brand is. Costs us about $50 or something like that. And then
the mixers, it's one that comes with the Dometic sinks and all that sort of stuff. Roadtech Marine sell them as well. We got it from Dometic. It's just a fold down mixer. I've showed it in other videos.
Yeah.
But it's all working really well at present.
Yeah. It's still early days, but
so we'll let you know. Well, the mixer we've had, it came with the sink in the van.
It used to be in the van for a little while.
Proven itself.
So yeah, we know that.
But that's basically why we've used what we've used and what brands are in it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've missed anything. If I have, sorry. We'll cover it one day.
Whoops.
But the other question is, the other big thing is, how did it all go? So obviously when you're doing a big job like this, especially in this situation I'm in, and then the situation Em's in with someone like me, no matter what you do, it's never easy.
No.
This build has shown us how much worse my eyes have got.
Yeah.
Obviously the worse my eyes have got, the more load gets put on Em. She doesn't just get to, like most people go to learn things. They go to TAFE, they'll get taught. Em just gets thrown in the deep end and has to sit there and tread water until she can start to swim.
Bing, bang, boom. I do the best I can to, like Ray said, I keep my head above water and try not to freak out.
It's just a big wake-up call how much Em's had to do. And I don't think she gets enough credit for what she does. Everyone always says to me, oh, you do so good and you do this and you do that. But 90% of what I do is only due to what Em can do because I can't pull it off without her. So
yeah, but in having said that too, we're 100%. I can't pull off the things that I manage to do without him. But he's got great brains. You need to shush for a minute. He's got great brains, and obviously my brain doesn't function in the same way. He drew a diagram of the Jeep and everything before we did it, and I still couldn't vision it, but to him it's turned out exactly as he had planned. And the wealth of knowledge that he has on the inside, like, he doesn't even watch me doing my welding or something. Just purely by listening and feeling the welds when I'm done, he can tell exactly what I've done wrong or when I've done it right, and just all of those little things. He's got that know-how, and I think if it was someone else trying to show me how to do it, I don't think it would work, because like I said, it's an incredible amount of knowledge, and the way that his brain functions, mind blown. It's incredible.
So yeah, basically there was ups and there was downs, there always is, but we feel the outcome, all the downs were worth it.
Oh, don't get me wrong, there was days we were about to pack it in, just cut the top off it and leave it as a flat tray.
Because obviously I get extremely frustrated because I know how to do all this stuff, but I just can't do most of it anymore. There's a lot of stuff, I know, you say you can't say can't, but there is a lot of things now that even by brailing it and doing it by feel is just becoming more of a nightmare than it's worth.
Plus we also have to put safety first. You know, there comes a point where we do have to draw a line of things, and it's the fact that shouldn't be done.
The more stressed out and frustrated I get, I take it out on Em, and then she gets stressed out as well. And it comes down to even like wiring nowadays. I can't see the colour difference in wiring that much anymore. Which means Em's having to do more and more and more of the wiring, which means that's more stress on her shoulders because she's planning in her head, I hope I've done it right, all that sort of stuff. Because like I said, she's not trained in it, she's just learning by what she's seeing.
On the fly, and so much of it is Ray just telling me what I need to do. So it's probably
a lot
also
of stuff I can't show. You
can't show it, and it's probably so in part my fault too, where I just start acting on autopilot, where this is what I've been told to do and this is how I'm going to do it. I don't retain the information, I guess. I don't know whether it's because there's too much in there to try and retain at the moment when we're doing projects like this, or what it is, but I feel like the further we got through it, the stupider I got. I don't know what the reason for that was, but
it's just stress. There's a lot of stress in it.
So that definitely played some issues there as well.
But it all come together in the end, and we're still together.
We're still here. No one killed each other. Look, there's no cuts who have tried to stab each other.
As for was it worth it, is a big grey area now. Do you have any regrets about doing it?
We found a Palomino camper that
I don't know if anyone's ever heard of the Palomino backpack.
I wish we'd have found maybe 8 months ago before we went down this road.
The Palomino backpack is basically a big slide-on camper. It's got a shower, toilet, everything a caravan's got, and they do one that fits the bed of this. It's jack on, jack off, I think everyone calls it.
Jack off.
Slide on. Which means it would literally replace our caravan and replace that tray. And we can simply slide it off and have the flatbed ute as a runabout town and that sort of stuff. So in that respect, I wish we had a look around and seen something like that before we did this.
Because it was double the price of what we've spent on this. But if we'd have just sort of realised that, okay, if we'd knuckled in for 12 months, we would have had the money to do this. So, but anyway, I don't know if we were supposed to talk about that just yet. But
who cares?
Rewind. Regrets.
But
I don't think so.
If we didn't find out about the Palomino, I wouldn't regret it.
No, exactly. I think that's what it is. I think that's in the back of your mind.
It's not a cheap process. I think we worked out just roughly. This has cost about 18 grand. 17, 18 grand.
So it's not like this was the cheaper option.
No, but that's battery, everything.
It's the option that worked the best for us at the time and the circumstance.
Like that figure is all the stereo, console, airbox. That's everything we've spent on the car since we've been here for this house set. So if it wasn't for the Palomino, I wouldn't regret it.
I think if you take that out of your mind,
whereas now knowing about the Palomino, it sort of sucks a little bit.
It does.
Because it's still, even though we're finished, we still keep thinking about the Palomino. We can just cut the top off this canopy, leave the flatbed tray and put a Palomino on it.
So stay tuned. A couple of years down the track, we're going to be having this conversation again. Remember when we built the canopy? Anyway, I think if you take that out of the back of your mind, despite the days where it was really hard and there was
A lot
going on.
The weather as well, because it's obviously here in Queensland at the end of the year, we're in the wet season, so there's a lot of rain, so that's putting dampeners on painting and everything as well. So there's a lot of downers to it all. Simply doing the house sit, being locked down for 6 months, not being out travelling, that was tricky. Also a tough thing.
Especially after we'd just spent 8 months prior to that making our way from one side of the country and back again. We had such a good time, and then to just be like, boom, straight down.
And just stuck into work on the car.
Yeah, I think that was shitty. But as for the whole big picture, sorry, we're talking crap again. The whole big picture, I know, like these idiots. But anyway, the whole big picture, you take all that other stuff and you just look at the actual picture and what we did, what we've achieved and stuff. I do think the outcome and the benefits to us probably do outweigh those shitty times. Like in 12 months' time, when we've had our first big trip in this adventure through the Simpson Desert or something like that, I guarantee we're probably not even going to remember those crappy days where we wanted to quit. You know what I mean? Now that it's all done and we can actually enjoy the fruits of our labour, I don't think all those shitty memories are going to fade away.
And like the fact that the other frustrating parts of it all too, because obviously every single cent had to go into that, which meant there was no money for leisure and fun and activities and going to the pub and all that sort of stuff. It was. So
that's why, you didn't see a lot happening around here.
Well, basically every cent going into that.
We were very devoted and dedicated to the Jeep for this last 6 months, but that's all about to change.
Back on the road now, but I think we've chewed everyone's ears for long enough now.
I know. I'm looking at that timer and I'm thinking, oh, geez.
So I think we might.
Anyway, I think we've covered everything.
Covered everything. I just want to give a shout out to a few of the mobs that have.
Places we've used
that were really good to deal with. Like none of these have helped us out in any way.
No affiliations. Just places.
Just get other people to go there.
Support these businesses.
Because we only use small businesses if we can.
Otherwise, we don't.
Don't have a choice.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
But like I said, you got Oakwood sheet metal. They were incredible.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
And all the fellas were so down to earth. You could have a joke with them. Ray would talk about his guards and stuff, and they would help that vision. And they were
really good. Trailer Parks Direct, we got a lot off them. Like I said, they weren't the best to deal with.
But they had great prices on the products. They always had a good price, and the products are always in stock.
Yeah, always had everything.
Yeah. Save the best one for last, because I know we're on the same wavelength at who the best are. I swear we've been married for a long time and we have a great relationship. The electrical stuff.
Oh yeah.
So save the best.
So you got Springer's Solar.
They were
we got our battery from them. They were. Look, I promise you, please.
Call them.
If you need Anadrive gear, call Springer's Solar.
In Kapalaba.
In Kapalaba. Us. Just call them. Just call them. They
Make them your first point of call.
We used to get all of our gear through My Generator, which is now scrapped them. We are now going to Springer's Solar.
For sure. Great customer service, great prices, and ridiculously fast postage.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
that was next day.
It was next day. Our battery, we ordered it on a Monday around lunchtime, and we had it by Tuesday morning. Yeah. I think it was.
IS Fabrications, so Fab here in Bundy. That's where we got all of our steel through. Yeah. They were awesome.
Fantastic.
Insane. He ended up giving us probably trade price.
Yeah.
About halfway through all of our dealings.
But they were always friendly. They always asked how the car was going.
Really good.
They were invested in us as a customer, and incredible.
All-Rich Aluminium, we've dealt with them for a lot of years, but they were awesome.
In particular, the Harvey Bay one, so they were really good.
They were really good.
I think that's the bulk of them.
But all those are incredible. The biggest business, we do want to give a shout out, and we actually got to know these people quite well.
More on a personal level too.
So in a way, they did end up helping us out. They started giving us really, really good prices. We spent a lot there, spent a lot of time there.
Yeah.
It was actually, when we went and said goodbye to them, it was actually like a little touching moment.
It was almost sad. There was hugs and there was stay in touch. And I'm like, this is a business that we shop at. How have we become like family?
So that's Hanson's Auto Electrical here in Bundaberg. They do post, but they are just absolutely incredible. They pretty much people have to buy a lot of things, all electrical stuff off the net because most places don't stock it, whereas
it's hard
they
to
stock
get.
everything, like...
and you can buy bulk or each piece individually, down to like your eyelets and everything.
Yeah,
you can buy a pack or just one. If you only need one.
You know, they got 30-metre rolls of heat shrink. You cut off what you want. Everything's
by
on
the
a
meter.
roll.
Yeah.
But they were just incredible. I strongly recommend, please give them a call if you need any auto electrical gear.
Yeah.
They were just amazing.
I mean, shop in general, I don't think we've had a better experience shopping anywhere.
Now, I know we don't have a big following on YouTube and social media or that, like we're not one of these big channels or anything of that sort of stuff. But even with the small following that we do have, we didn't approach any of these places saying that we're on YouTube and any of this sort of stuff. We didn't go seeking. We just went in as who we are. Regular people. We didn't try to... And they're just the places that treated us incredibly, just as general public. Just as people, not as people who have a YouTube channel or who may spruik their business or something. And these people have not asked us to throw them a plug out or anything. We just... what's that saying? You know, giving recognition where it's due. Because... But they were incredible. They were definitely, those places we've listed were above and beyond. There's one other place that we actually forgot about, and I feel really bad for forgetting, so sorry, Brady. Oh, okay. B&K Welding Services. Yeah. Mobile welding. Now he's in Gympie, which is 2.5 hours from Bundy, and he'd come down at the drop of a hat and do any welding we wanted. Basically messaging him one week and he'd be here the following week. He'd book us a day or the end of that week. He does steel, alley, stainless. He does it all, mobile. And ridiculously good job. Yeah, really good welder. And just a top couple. Like they were just so down to earth, honest. So nice, honest, and he'd literally do anything Ray asked. Like some real pain in the butt spots in the canopy to weld and stuff. He didn't complain. He didn't be like, oh, okay, just no worries, get in, get it done. Yeah. So just want a big thanks to all them guys. We literally wouldn't have done it without all of you guys, because you brought it all together for us in the end. So, but I hope this didn't bore you too much. Yeah, sorry, we like to ramble. Wanted to give a good explanation for everything, and just to show you too that it's not. I mean, everyone shows all the fluffy stuff so much on YouTube, and like the harsh reality of, was this easy? Absolutely not. No. Like, and in our circumstance, definitely not. So we just wanted to basically show you what we did, how we've done it. We're not the people just to throw money at someone and get them to do it for us. I'll never rep someone else's work. I don't feel like you can say you built a canopy then, if that's the case, because you didn't actually do it. No. We actually built the canopy. Like, we welded, we did this, we did that. Actually, I forgot to say too, when we were doing about the canopy and practicality and everything, we didn't go for the whole slide out kitchens. Now I know a lot of people have got that, and they do. They look awesome. Oh, of course they do. The simple reason I didn't do it is you always have to level your car, which we don't. No. When something fails in that, you have to replace it with that product. If it's not available, you have to remake stuff. Yeah. You can't... They've always got the worst gas stoves in them. They've always got either the SMEVs or... It takes us back to that, having the inferior products for the job. Horrible gas not stoves. Dissing those brands or anything like that, but they are the crappy ones that if you breathe out hard enough, they blow out. So and we've been there, done that sort of stuff. You look at so many of these big canopies, and the kitchen bench is at like their chin height. Yeah. And that's just not practical in my book. Especially for someone short like me. Like, we've tried to make this canopy so everything is practical. It's user friendly, even for me and Isabel being that little bit shorter. And we don't have to get step ladders and all this crap out just to access the fridge or to access a bench or a drawer. It's all reachable from ground level for all three of us. So like the slide out kitchens, they are awesome. Like, I love them. They look wicked. They absolutely do. They take up a lot of room. Basically, they take up a lot of room in your false floor that could be used for storage. Yeah, for sure. Your car's always got to be level. The height of them, in most, our canopy wouldn't be too bad, but most canopies, they're that high, they're impractical. They've always got a horrible gas stove in them. So basically, that's, at least by having a Ziggy and cooktop, we can go and put on a bloody park bench You know, we
for
can
sure.
put it anywhere.
You don't even have to utilize your car if you don't want to.
Sorry for straying.
We've totally, like, we had this beautiful wrap up to the end of the video.
I just forgot to cover that before.
Oh, mate, does this.
But yeah,
anyway, so it goes back to that practical over pretty.
Yeah.
The Jeep may not look as pretty as some of these fancy 79 series and stuff, but I would nearly guarantee that everything in it is user friendly, no matter who you are, your height or anything. I guarantee you would not struggle with the use of anything in this thing. So
I'm going to wrap that up. We'll wrap it up with, this is our version of the ultimate camping rig, Ultimate Tourer.
For sure. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea.
It's not everyone's cup of tea, but we feel it houses everything.
For us, I don't think it gets
just
any better.
Just in the Canopy alone is beds, bathroom, kitchen. It's everything in there. As far as we're concerned, it doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
If it did, we would have built it.
For sure.
But, thanks for watching. Hope we didn't bore you too much.
Yeah.
We just tried to cover all bases. If we didn't, if you've got any questions,
please,
just leave them below or shoot us a message if it's not something you feel like putting to the public.
Yeah.
Whether that's about the canopy, the car, my eyes, how I make Em do everything. Whatever you want it to be.
Anything.
Feel free to ask.
We're pretty well an open book.
Yeah. And if it's something awesome that you ask, we'll cover it in a video.
Yeah.
If it's with, I think other people might want to know.
Yeah.
But
so final notes, once again, thanks to all those businesses that helped us out, and thanks for putting up with the few meltdowns. I shouldn't say few, there was multiple, more than multiple. Anyway, thanks for putting up with me and getting through this in the end. So
we're going to go back to travelling because we've already left Bundy by the time you're seeing this.
Yeah.
And in the next video, we'll bring up something pretty cool, pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah.
That we're excited about.
Super excited. I can't believe it, to be honest, but
it's one of those surreal moments of doing what we're doing of our lifestyle.
Yeah.
But we'll cover that next week.
You are going to find out.
Don't forget to like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel.
And thanks for sticking with us through this last 6 months.
Yeah, please subscribe. It helps us know people are actually enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's hard to know whether you're doing a good thing or a bad thing, because we do have our frequent followers that always commend what we do, and thank you so much for it.
Yeah. We wouldn't be doing this all the time without you guys still showing us that support, because that's what keeps us going and be like, yep, all right, we'll keep it.
And if you want to see anything that we don't show, just let us know. If we're showing stuff you don't want to see, let us know.
Let us know. We're not going to be offended if you say that video was crap, guys. So
let us know.
Anyway, rambling again.
Righto. We'll see you on the road next week.
Bye.